And we're back. Hi, Ashley.
What's up, Shahab? How's it going?
Good, good. Can't complain. How's it going in your camp over there?
It's going pretty good. Had a nice inspiring weekend with the
You did?
I
Do
was hanging out with
tell.
the youth horticultural outreach program of the master gardeners. It's my secret
Wow.
my secret side hobby. I want to be a witch in the woods. And to learn how to do that, I studied the
You
arts
aren't a
with
witch in the
the
woods?
I know my secrets, don't tell my secrets. And I found that chilling with the youth outreach was the way. And so this weekend I spent a lot of time digging in the dirt with like 5 to 11-year-olds, and it
Oh.
was
Was it like
kind of the best.
stations or what was the.
It was like a children's festival, and so they were like going around to different booths. We were right across from a bakery, but they were kind of like
Nice.
wandering around looking at stuff, and then occasionally we'd be like, "Hey, do you want to plant a seed?" And they'd be like, "Do a what now? Are there worms in that bucket of dirt?" And we were like, "No, but you can still dig in the soil." And they were like, "Yeah, let's go."
Yes, let's do it.
And
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
you weren't there as spectator,
no,
or
I was
you were
there
facilitating and.
volunteering like a huge nerd,
Oh, that's
and it was
awesome.
yeah, it was all wholesome and dorky and stuff. Master
Well, that
gardeners,
not
they're cool
necessarily
beats.
an exactly perfect segue, but that is a segue into today's album, which is Hello Neighbor.
Well, that sounds
Hello
wholesome
Neighbor.
and uplifting.
But it's also actually kind of melancholy and sad when they sing about
Oh,
it. Who's they?
oh,
Jack Killed Jill from
okay,
San
that's a fun name.
Francisco.
Oh,
Yeah. So this was, 2001. So the label had essentially been plugging away for a couple years now. And, as I've mentioned in previous episodes, we started getting demos to the P.O. box. Um, and then I got this email because email was also taking off. And it was like, oh my gosh, you don't need a
heck yeah,
stamp to send a letter. I got an email from
magic.
Marcus, who was guitarist in the band. And he was like, hey, we're Jack Killed Jill, and we've kind of done these things. And instantly I knew because the different albums that he mentioned, I'd already heard, I'd already seen in the record store. So I knew who they were. Um, and I can't remember exactly how the conversation went, but one of the things was, well, if you're already working with, the likes of New Red Archives, like what's the appeal of reaching out to us? And they're just like, well, we're looking to expand our horizons, or whatever it was. And I was like, done. Like, you don't even have to explain anymore. Like, there's apparently you reached out to us because we hit your radar, right, in even the infancy stage of internet. um and we totally know who you are, so if we know who you are, then that would bring national credibility to the label. So let's do it.
Rock.
And so Hello Neighbor came out in November 2001. I almost said 2021. 2001. And at the time, the label was still located in Orange County, California. We actually drove up to San Francisco to meet the band. We
Ooh.
stayed with Marcus. It was a lot of fun, really great people. Um, Revik Delphin, who's the singer, is Filipino American. So it was just nice
Oh,
to
cool.
see, uh, you know, not only not, basically at that time in the 70s, 80s, I mean, punk rock was overrun by white men. I mean, it was all the bands, all the, concert goers sometimes. So it was nice to see, you know, a homegirl out there, uh, kicking butt and taking names. So he
Crazy
said, "Let's do it.
question.
Let's do it." Yeah, what's up?
Uh, do you know if the lead singer, since she was Filipino American, did she like speak like Tagalog and English
Hmm,
as a voice teacher?
that's a
This is so
good
weird.
question. I want to say yes, but possibly, and maybe I'm projecting here. She's in my camp where I also speak another language, but at kindergarten level, where some words, but
But
if the news is on or someone's reading poetry, I have no idea what you're saying. I
that's
don't know
totally
those
fair.
words, don't know those conjugations. But I could be wrong. She could be completely fluent. We only ever spoke in English, so I'm not sure. Good question. Revik, please write in and let us know. So first up, first song we're gonna play is the title track, "Hello Neighbor," and it's just about being down on your luck, and um, the line is flipping the bird, "Hello Neighbor," so you're just like, screw the world. Nothing ever goes right for me. It's one of those kinds of songs, but quite fun. So here we go. This is "Hello Neighbor," Jack Killed Jill.
Another one of those days where we get pissed and off real bits. I've lost my house, dog car keys, I've lost my senses and my friends. It's 6 a.m. on Tuesday, there's my headache with another drink. For the bird, hello neighbors, must be my job, my whole life stinks. Hey bro, hey bro, no. Hey bro, no. Go! It's not alone again. I need a love and no present friends. 5 mixed and dreaded phone calls. I found their change under my bed. Hey bro, oh no. Oh no. Here we go again. Here we go pretending. Oh, here we go again. Try to convince myself it's never ending. Na 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 na
Alrighty, that was "Hello Neighbor" from Jack Killed Jill, and I adore that little ending.
That was
Awesome.
just a ad lib in the studio kind of moment.
Adore. Yeah, that was a very different energy from my little weekend story with the kids. I love the contrasting energy of the like nihilistic everything sucks and the energy of the music. And I feel like that's a theme that we've seen a lot throughout this kind of musical genre is everything sucks, but you know what? I'm just going to keep on going anyway. Doesn't
Pop this
matter.
beer. What we're gonna have fun together.
We're just going to make it do.
Yeah, they really. I mean, they had such. Their music was so bouncy. I think that's like the right word for it. It's like, which is why that do like totally fits because honestly, it's distorted, yes, very fast, yes, but essentially it's like a rock tune. It's like a oldies tune perhaps, but just sped up. Slightly lyrics that are more realism than whatever they would sing back then, which was like love songs, like in the Elvis, Jerry Lee Lewis days, like
So I do have a stylistic question that may be going far too deep into like the voice teacher realm of like, why would they stylistically choose to do this? Because I feel like I've heard this several times in the genre as well. And it may be like the California style, because I don't know that I've heard it as much in like the European crossover. But particularly in Jack Killed Jill, there's a lot of diphthong usage, which is when there's the two vowels together, creating a lot of distortion. Um, and I am embarrassed because there's like a major band that did this with the like, do you have the time to listen to me whine? Mm-hmm. We heard that in like that kind of mainstream, but we also hear it a lot in this genre.
Now, just pause real quick. Just pause real quick.
Pausing.
The band that you're mentioning, the Do You Have the Time?
Yes.
Was also from the Bay Area.
Okay, so that I was wondering if that
Around
was
the
like a
same
regional
time.
affectation,
Oh,
because I know it was a
totally,
similar time
totally.
period
That's what I
thing
was
too.
gonna say. Like, oh, yes, that's
Locality.
yeah, amazing that you. I mean, literally, you're like, this one band, yeah, they were based out of the Bay Area. They both played and recorded around Oakland, San Francisco, in
Okay.
the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and so definitely that was
So that was like a
definitely.
regional stylistic choice to have that aggressive diphthong approach to word
Hmm.
diction
And I'm not
choices.
sure why, but that's so perceptive because definitely. And there's probably a handful of bands from San Francisco and LA that not on our label, just in general that fell into that. And they just enjoyed how it, you know.
That would make
Um,
sense that we've heard it a little bit more over the course of this podcast too, because a lot of the bands that we kind of covered have coincidentally, just because of your location, have been from that region. So that would make sense as to why that's a bit more prominent in
what
our
we've heard
history
so
here on the
far.
show.
Hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for
Awesome.
exploring that rabbit hole with
And
me, because
thank
I
you
was
for
curious.
giving us that epiphany. That's amazing.
So I'll let you guide us
So
toward the
yeah,
next
so
adventure.
perfect. So the next song we're going to listen to is actually the next song on the album. Again, listeners, I implore you, if you would rather have heard a different song, or you want to hear the whole album, which is how it was meant to be heard, each song in succession. Um, gcrecords.bandcamp.com, and you can stream the entire album for free. Throw a couple bucks if you felt like supporting the label, but you don't have to. You can listen to the whole thing. But what we're going to do is we're going to play the next song, which is actually a cover. That's also something that I don't know if it's punk bands in general or bands in the 90s, but cover songs are huge. Oh, actually, you know what? Honestly, it was huge in the 50s and 40s, right? When you would have a Tisket a Tasket, but it was sung by completely different people.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
And it's
but
popular
anyway,
again.
and it's popular again, and so they chose to cover Leslie Gore's "You Don't Own Me," and it's so iconic and it's so beautiful. And so again, this album came out in November of 2001. So guess what happened just 2 months before that, 9/11. And
Oh.
so in the months that, I mean, it takes months to put these things together, record it, get the album art, send it to the processing plant, get the, albums back. So by the time the album was released, we were already working on a project that was actually my wife Hila's project, which was a compilation album, which was a fundraiser for Afghan women, because even though 9/11 was scary and hurtful and traumatic, it was essentially carried out by the Taliban, and the Taliban had for nearly a decade and continues still to this day rule Afghanistan, won't let women go to school, won't let them, go with their hair uncovered, won't let them go outside without a male, chaperone. And so when it came time to put that compilation together, Jack Killed Jill gave us this exact song to put on there, because it was kind of like, the Afghan women's anthem. So here we go. This is Jack Killed Jill doing Leslie Gore's "You Don't Own Me."
You don't own me. I'm just not one of your many toys. You don't own me. Don't say I can't go with Thunderboys. Then don't tell me what to do. Then don't tell me what to say. Then please, whenever I'm with you, don't put me on display. 'Cause
Alrighty, You Don't Own Me from Jack Killed Jill. I have to say, first off, the story of Gila and your work with that organization is incredible.
We'll get to it. That'll be an upcoming episode. And I feel like since we're already at November 2001, I think that came out in February 2002. We're getting there. It's not the next episode, but we'll talk more about that when we get there.
Awesome.
But in the end, thank you very much. Obviously, not my brainchild, that project. It did end up, the money that we raised with that ended up opening up a refugee hospital in Pakistan that served
that's
all
awesome.
refugees from Afghanistan. It has since closed, which is sad, and it's just the state of affairs. But
Yeah.
it was a good deed, and some real heavy hitters on that album.
Definitely.
Well.
And a really great choice of song. And it's really fun to see this modernized, and I realize this is from 2001, but this new approach to Leslie Gore's 1963 release. Leslie Gore's You Don't Own Me is such like a delicate, very feminine push into the women's liberation movement of this like very demure, like, you don't own me, like maybe you don't own me. And this transitions into a very assertive, empowered, you don't own me, unapologetically, which is such a fabulous attestation to the success of the women's liberation movement here in the States, which is really cool to see that progress represented musically in this cover.
It was amazing. And again, a Filipina American, singing this. Like it was unbelievably amazing. We didn't mind that it was the same exact song, same exact recording for the comp that came out a few months later, because it really did, hit the spot, for that specific project. And so that's Hello Neighbor from Jack Killed Jill. November 19, 2001 is when that came out. Next episode. So this came out November 19, 2001. The next release came out November 20th, 2001. Yes, we were working on things simultaneously.
Nice.
But we'll get more into that later. And that is Horseshoes and Hand Grenades by our friends in ESL. So
Let's go.
we did a vinyl record with them on it. We did the split with Seamus O'Neill, which was kind of like a half album. And so now this was their magnum opus, 21 songs. So that's the next episode. Ashley, as always, thank you so much. Listeners, thank you as well for coming down this journey with us. So we'll
Thank you,
catch
Shahab.
you
It's always a blast.
later.
Catch
Bye.
you next time. Bye.